have an interesting phenomenon that I think we're going to start seeing a lot of. And we're going to talk about that today. It's going to be, it's a prediction. And I think I'm going to be spot on today. Play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog Studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P. Dog Night. And stop the music! Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, me, P-Dog Night, on the P-Dog Night channel. It is Tuesday, November 5th, 2019. And, wow, a lot of people, a lot of faces I don't see as often and like this early in the show. I'm glad you all are here and people are rolling in as we speak, but I am going to just get it going before I say hi, because yesterday we saw an interesting event on Twitter, or I don't know if it's an event, but an interesting phenomenon in the name of Richard Spencer and the Richard Spencer tirade. Just so happened to be put out there by Milo Yiannopoulos, whatever, and we got to hear his tirade from when he apparently from Charlottesville, and he was Richard Spencer being what everyone expected Richard Spencer to be, a dickhead, right? Okay. And in fact, I wish I would have saved it till Thursday so I could say FTG, but guess what? I am going to say FTG anyway. FTG to Richard Spencer. So there you go, right? Well, he wasn't the only white supremacist, racist dickhead in the news yesterday. There was another one. And this is a fascinating story, and it's coming out. And here's the thing. You know how I talk about how the media tries to get a theme going, and there's going to be a narrative on it, and I don't disagree with this guy's an idiot. Okay, this guy that I'm about to talk about, he's a dickhead. But I got a feeling we're going to see a lot of stories like this, stories coming from the FBI, because, the FBI is kind of in a rough spot right now because some of their people are being investigated, and, they got to, now, let me clear this up first. I have tremendous respect for the people who are in law enforcement, the rank and file, the people who have career, agents and, DEA, FBI, ICE, all those people. They have a tough job. I'm not thrilled necessarily with the rotating leadership of those particular agencies, but the actual agents that do the work, probably pretty good guys. They're career people who care about what they do. And so yesterday, we got another dickhead, white supremacist, whatever, dude, who apparently was prepared to do a terror plot. It had a little terror plot going in Colorado. Let's get the story real quick here. FBI says white supremacist Richard Holzer arrested in plot to blow up Pueblo's Temple Emmanuel. Well, here it goes. The FBI says it has prevented what it believes was an attempt. That's a weird way to put it. The FBI says it has prevented what it believes was an attempt to commit a major hate crime in Colorado. A known white supremacist named, as opposed to a suspected white supremacist, as Tariq Nasheed would say, a known white supremacist named Richard Holzer arrested late Friday night in an alleged plot to blow up Temple Israel in Pueblo, according to newly unsealed federal court documents. So I'm wondering when these are from. Why are they just unsealed now? Anyway, federal law enforcement working with working in conjunction with the Pueblo Police Department, has successfully stopped what we believe to be an imminent threat of domestic terrorism against a Colorado religious institution, said Jason Dunn, United States Attorney for the District of Colorado. According to the complaint affidavit, Mr. Holzer self-identifies as a... Well, self-identifies. So good. Some people have to self-identify. Self-identifies as a skinhead and a white supremacist. All right. During the investigation, FBI agents became aware of racist, anti-Semitic, and threatening statements made by Mr. Holzer on social media. Mr. Holzer repeatedly expressed his hatred of Jewish people and his support of racial holy war. Dunn said he indicated that he wanted to do something that would let Jewish people in the Pueblo community know that they are not welcome and that according to him, they should leave or they will die. FTG, by the way, Richard Holzer, if you, even though it's not Thursday, we'll just go FTG for that, dickhead. There we go. In the affidavit, FBI investigators said Holzer, who lives in Pueblo, used several Facebook accounts to promote white supremacy ideology and acts of violence. For example, on September 3rd, he told a Facebook user, "I wish the Holocaust really did happen. They need to die." Wow. Whew, good God. Anyway, on July 11th, he sent a message to another Facebook user stating, "Getting ready to cap people." He included 3 photos of himself dressing in clothing with white supremacy symbols, holding handguns, and a semi-automatic rifle. On September 28th, Holzer sent a video that showed him putting on a mask, grabbing a machete, and saying, "May the gods be with me for what I must do." And also on September 28th, Holzer sent a video of himself urinating on the front door of what appears to be a Jewish center. Why did they say appears to be? I mean, don't they know? Anyway, whatever. On September 29th, Holzer stated that he previously paid a Mexican cook $70 to hex and poison a local synagogue. On October 3rd, Holzer sent a message stating, "I'm getting ready for Rahoah," which means a racial holy war. He also sent a voicemail stating he was going to Temple Emmanuel to scope it out. On October 13th, Holzer explained his plan to use arsenic to poison the synagogue in Pueblo on October 31st. So this guy's just a jewel. Fucking A. On October 17th, Holzer met with 3 FBI undercover agents, which they had, UCs is what they're using for the term for an FBI undercover agents, as in undercovers, at a restaurant in Colorado Springs. According to the affidavit, Holzer brought various white supremacy paraphernalia as gifts for the UCs, including a flag, several patches, a metal Thor's hammer, and a mask. Really? Thor's a white supremacist? Damn. I gotta go back and watch those movies. I didn't see any of the clues. After the meeting, Holzer, an associate, and the undercover agents drove to Pueblo to visit Temple Israel. Holzer allegedly stated that Molotov cocktails would not be enough, and the group discussed using pipe bombs from out of stated. Okay, editors, you fucked up again. Out of state, I'm going to guess. "Let's get that place off the map," Holzer reportedly stated. "This is the big center for them here in town. Thing is, why not hit the heart, right?" Huh. That's fascinating. Well, let's see. Okay, so according to the affidavit, Holzer explained the attack on the synagogue would be phase 2 and phase 3 would be outside of Pueblo and bigger and better. Okay, this guy's just an ass. Let's have another FTG for this jackass. Let's see. Holzer later replied that he was honored to be a part of history. More importantly, the future of our folk. Heil. God damn. And October 31st and November 1st. So this is just a couple days ago. Okay, why is it this year? What year are they talking about? Because they said that they just... Okay, so they unsealed the newly unsealed federal court documents. But this is just a few days ago, isn't it? Am I just reading this wrong? Is this from a year ago? Okay, so on On October 31st and November 1st, Holzer met with undercover agents and repeatedly affirmed that he was prepared to go through with the attack. Holzer reportedly said he didn't think anyone would be at the synagogue at the time, but he didn't care if they were. FBI agents showed Holzer's fake pipe bombs and dynamite, which Holzer said were absolutely gorgeous. Holzer was arrested and allegedly admitted planning to blow up the synagogue. He referred to the plan as by Mountain and the Jews and the synagogue as a cancer to the community, the affidavit says. Our task force used multiple investigative techniques, said Dean Phillips, special agent in charge of the FBI in Colorado, including recorded conversations, meetings with undercover FBI agents, exploitation of social media accounts, and the execution of a federal search warrant. Holzer's facing a charge of attempting to obstruct persons in the enjoyment of their free exercise of religious beliefs. What? That's a charge? Oh, through force and attempted use of explosives and fires. How about, couldn't that be under, like, any of the terror plots? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, there's a terrorist group, so Sons of Odin. Oh, okay. Well, I got you there. That's a weird charge. You would think it would just be either under a terrorism statute or, plot to blow shit up. I mean, that's attempting to obstruct persons. Here's the charge. He's facing a charge of attempting to obstruct persons in the enjoyment of their free exercise of religious beliefs through force and attempted use of explosives and fire. That's a very specific charge. That's really weird. So the suspect was scheduled to make his first appearance in federal court on Monday, Associated Press reported. If convicted, he faces up to 20 years in prison, a fine of no more than $250,000 or both. Just over a year ago, in October 2018, Robert Bowers was arrested and is suspected of killing 11 people in the Tree of Life synagogue. Now, how is that related? Yes, Robert Bauer was arrested and he's still, I don't even know if his trial started, but fuck that guy too. So interesting. It's weird though. The beginning of the article starts out. Okay, arrested late Friday night. Oh, I see. Okay, it was this last Friday, and then they unsealed the documents. Okay, so that's why he was arrested Friday night. Good. They caught the guy. The FBI is doing their job. Fuck that guy. FTG. So there you go. And I'll even put another FTG for that guy. He can go, pound sand. So anyway, hey everybody, good morning. I'm glad to see you all here. There's so many of you here this morning. It's awesome. I like to see it. Let me just, let's have a couple shout outs here. First of all, Grillin' Pirate Pete. Somehow you got finally a link. Now I can go grab some coffee with a touch of Jameson for fun. Hey, what you do, what you got to do. But Pete gets the bell for being first. Good morning, Shiograss, Chi-Town Jay, C. Thomas, Gulf City Peasant, Richo, the gayest person on YouTube, Jen T. I'm so happy you're here. It's been a while. Good morning, MC. Hammer time. Rolling Bear, Richo, Dr. No, who else? Milkman Dan. Are you new, Dan? Maybe you've been here before. I'm glad that you're here, though. Good morning, Milkman Dan. Good morning, too. Who else is up? Ebony Williams, hello, my friend. Tyler F. And Big Chief Fuzzy Beard of Gulf City. Oh man, you just joined us the other day for the first time, I think. Or I know maybe you subscribed. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming. I'm glad you're here on the Morning Night Live. And if I missed it, Duck Dog, my favorite, the purveyor of the thumbs down, Straight Sith Male, Evil One, Quinn the Cultist. Oh my gosh, Johnny Bonsaco. Oh my God, there's a lot of Seamus Derby. Where you been, my brother? You're here too. All right, so that's awesome. Good to have you all here. So today it's kind of a headline day because I got here a little late and not super prepared. But you know what? I go to my favorite news aggregator. Hello, Jedi Ghost Bear. That's a whole nother new name. I am so honored that you all are jumping in today. Hey, before I even get started though, for those of you who are new, if you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button and click the bell so that you get notifications for the streams, because YouTube is never going to promote me. I talk about news and stuff that they don't want people talking about anymore. And it's not just, and I used to think it was just, like people who are on the right or center right or whatever, but it's not. There's things that they just don't promote anymore. They don't like you. They don't like you being around. Okay, first time here. Well, I'm glad you're here, Big Chief. And so you have to subscribe and you have to click that bell to make sure you get the notifications. But also for me, the viewers of the Morning Out Live, you're my sponsors, okay? And the number one thing that helps me out is sharing the stream out. If you either retweet on Twitter, which my Twitter handle is right over here at PDogKnight. I'm also on Gab and Minds under that same handle. Also, you can hit the share button, which is down below here, that little arrow, unless you're watching on a phone, and then it's like in the middle of your phone. Whatever, click that arrow, share it out. And then also, if you like what we do, hit the like button. And, oh, you want some funk today? Hey, you know what? I think I figured out, too. Good morning, Lindsay. I see Lindsay popped in, too. You know what? We can do some funk today. Let's do a little funk. All right, hang on, just because that's kind of my thing. If you're new, if this is your first time, we always try to have it, I gotta have some funk. Oh, and I even got my first super chat Ebony Williams, thank you for subscribing. See, that's how it works. Thank you for subscribing. That was what that bell was for. All right, let me okay, I gotta get some funk going. Hey, I also figured out, I think I figured out how to make it so I don't drop frames and freeze all the time. So let's just see how this goes. One moment, please. Let's find some appropriate funk. I gotta mute this for a second though, just so I don't blow your ears out, because it always tends to be really too loud. And here we go. Let's go with we'll go with a little old school funk here. Let's start with this one. This might work. Okay, that's really loud. I'm glad you can't hear this yet. Oh, this is kind of some mellow stuff though, but that's okay. I got a playlist. I got a couple different playlists, but this is gonna be kind of chill for you at first, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, here we go. Let me make sure that the sound is the right level. It's a pun. Oh, I gotta hit the. All right, so we're gonna start out mellow today, because every once in a while, you just gotta have the smooth groove, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we're gonna start with some headlines today. By the way, also another thing, I do not have what is known as super chats, aka through YouTube. So if you would like to be a part of the show and make sure that I read what you put out there, or want me to read something on the air or whatever, I do have a Streamlabs link in the description down below. That's where the donations and super chats go on my channel. And who knows, once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I may or may not add regular old-fashioned super chats. But boy, I have this way too loud for my own ears. Tell me if that music level sounds good to y'all. So let's get into some headlines. Screw calm, embrace anger. Oh, okay. Yeah, hey, we'll see what kind of headlines we got going today, and we might have to embrace some anger today. Who knows? So anyway, this dude, can I get one more FTG for, what's his name? One more FTG for Richard Holzer, even though it's not Thursday. Thursdays is FTG Thursday for those of you who are new. And somebody, if you're not sure what FTG means, someone in the chat will tell you. Here we go. All right, so I want to kind of get into... Okay, so maybe I should just give you some choices. First, apparently the Department of Justice has requested information behind this person who is writing anonymous op-eds for the New York Times, and they're writing a book and all that other stuff. I'm sorry, Quinn. I hope I didn't ruin the day. I'm just a positive kind of guy. All right, so there's this. So apparently, okay. So the Department of Justice request information that could identify Trump official behind anonymous op-eds. Yeah, this guy, there's somebody there. And it's funny because the joke is right now that people think it's George Conway getting info from Kellyanne Conway. I don't know if that's true. But anyway, the Justice Department is asking a publishing company for information that could identify a senior Trump administration official who blasted President Donald Trump in an anonymous New York Times op-ed last year, according to a letter released on Monday. Joseph Hunt, the Assistant Attorney General for the Civil Division, sent the letter published by the Times to Hachette Book Group and Javelin, the author's literary agency. Hunt asked in the letter whether the administration officials signed a non-disclosure agreement before joining the government and whether they had access to classified information. And that would be a key thing to know, right? Because, you know, if this guy is, whoever this anonymous is, if they have a non-disclosure agreement, he could be in trouble, right? I would just think so. What's that, Pete? What's that, C. Thomas? Planning on starting your own Stunning and Brave segment? Yeah, we'll see. Well, I got it. That's an idea. Hey, that might be a good idea, C. Thomas. Anyway, so the official promises to provide an unprecedented behind-the-scenes portrait of the Trump presidency in a book called, quote, A Warning, which is scheduled for release on November 19th. The book is a continuation of the author's op-ed entitled, I Am Part of the Resistance Inside the Trump Administration. Oh, check my DMs. Thank you. Let me just do that real quick. By the way, also, if you ever want to send me articles or other information, my DMs are open. Thank you, and I'll keep that in mind. Oh, interesting. Interesting. You got quite a few things here. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, those are good. Yeah, I definitely got to do those. Thank you, Dr. No. If you ever want to send me articles, you can send them to me via DMs, via Twitter, or you can send them to me via email. Now, my Twitter right here is at PDogKnight, right? Or put that ad on the other end, and it's pdogknight@gmail.com if you want to send me articles. Usually, if you send them to me through on email, I won't get to them until the next day, though, because I don't have any way to notify myself. All right, back to this one, though. Let's see. Where was I here? So, whoever this person in the White House is writing these books, Hunt did not ask for the name of the author, but does seek information about the author's employing agency and their dates of employment. If the author is in fact a current or former senior official in the Trump administration, publication of the book may violate that office's legal obligations under one or more non-disclosure agreements, Hunt wrote in the letter. If you cannot make those representations, we ask that you immediately provide either the non-disclosure agreements the author signed or the dates of the author's service and the agencies where the author was employed so that we may determine the terms of the author's non-disclosure agreements and ensure that they have been followed. I think they're just annoyed. The White House is annoyed with these people who are leaking, and I think they want it to end. So, and I'm sure you're going to be hearing a lot of howling from the we should be able to just get anything we want from Trump crowd. So anyway, looking for fame and fortune? Become a coup plotter. Speaking of the book person, let's check this one out. From American Greatness. Looking for fame and fortune? Become a coup plotter. As coup plotters sell books, give high-priced speeches, and toil as political pundits, their victims struggle to regain their lost finances, reputations, and careers. This is by someone named Julie Kelly. During the screening of the new film about the 2016 presidential election, one celebrity earned a standing ovation from the Hollywood crowd. Representative Adam Schiff, chairman of the House Intelligence Committee and top Trump antagonist, now tasked with impeaching the president. In a side-splitting puff piece published in the New York Times over the weekend, Schiff is portrayed as the latest it boy. You know what? I might think he's your full of shit boy. Anyway, in Tinseltown, and thanks to his role playing the hero in the Beltway reality show based on crushing the villain in the White House, legendary producer Norman Lear called Schiff an American hero. Fans grasped for his hand. Actress Patricia Arquette swooned at the sight of the would-be Trump slayer. Fuck Adam Schiff. At home in his district, which stretches from West Hollywood to Pasadena and north to the San Gabriel Mountains, Mr. Schiff is well acquainted with the celebrity lifestyle, reports Cheryl Stolberg and Nicholas Fandos. Cood. Schiff, the ballyhoo goes, is quite comfortable as Hollywood's hottest ticket because he has cool friends in high places and once toyed with being a screenwriter. In some ways, he's become the chief storyteller of this drama-filled political moment, Washington Post reporter Ben Terrace wrote in another highly lengthy Schiff profile on November 1st. Can he give the Trump presidency a Hollywood ending? I'm sure he's given a few people happy endings. Anyway, I digress. Coup plotting has been profitable for the megalomaniacs in charge of the ongoing operation to destroy Donald Trump. Not only has Schiff feted by all the beautiful people, he is now raking in big bucks from across the country, even though Schiff routinely beats his Republican opponent by a 3-1 margin in a safely Democratic district. Oh yeah, he's raised more than $6 million. He raised more than $6 million in the 2017-2018 election cycle as his sabotage of Trump's presidency got underway. Schiff has raised more than $4 million this year alone. Some speculate Schiff will challenge California Senator Kamala Harris, now running a struggling campaign for president in 2022. California's a weird place where, so the way they do it in California as far as value, you don't have a guaranteed where there's one party will nominate somebody for an office and then the other party can have a candidate also. In California, basically they just take, like they do a preliminary vote and then they take the top two and they run off. So you could have two Democrats fighting for the same office. And so that's a possibility. I got a feeling though, now, who knows? I could be wrong, but I have a feeling that perhaps this whole impeachment thing could also blow up in Adam Schiff's face. Because remember when the president was inaugurated and they had all this stuff about what they were talking about. What were they talking about? Oh, Russia. Remember the Russia thing? And Adam Schiff clearly stated that he had the evidence that Donald Trump and his campaign colluded with Russia to steal the election from Hillary Clinton. He had the evidence. He said he had the evidence. And yet, 2.5 years later, the special counsel, Robert Mueller, testified before Congress. Robert Mueller said, you know what? After this extensive investigation, we have no reason to believe that the Donald Trump or his campaign colluded with the Russians. But wait a minute! Adam Schiff had the evidence. Why didn't Adam Schiff give that evidence to Robert Mueller if he had he definitively said he had the evidence? Yeah, right, Johnny Von Sacco? Yeah, we're still waiting for all that evidence, right? Yep. And yet, where's the evidence? So now Adam Schiff gets to be in charge of this whole impeachment inquiry, right? So they're having this impeachment inquiry. where Adam Schiff can do whatever the hell he wants. He can do he's the chair of the Intelligence Committee, where they have, many of their hearings are done in secret, and then he can just spoon feed the information he wants to out to the public and to the media. And but now apparently they're saying that maybe they'll start doing some of this in public, and so now we'll start to actually hear the questions from each side, and we'll start learning about these people. $35 to $50 million wasted to find out Donald Trump didn't do anything and that Trump is an asshole. Could have told you that for free. Yeah, you know what? Now, no, he's not an asshole. He's a jackass. Okay, there's a difference. He's a jackass. And, Donald, that's me. I say Donald Trump's a jackass. His opponents know he's a jackass. His supporters knows he's a jackass. And he knows he's a jackass. And he's the best jackass. And perhaps the perfect jackass for these crazy times that we're in. I don't have a problem with being a jackass. I just wish someone would steal his iPhone. Someone take his iPhone away. I just, although, you know what? Here's the thing. Everyone jokes about Trump and his Twitter habit, right? But, the one thing about Trump's Twitter habit that I kind of like, sometimes you don't like things about it, and sometimes you like things about it, because sometimes you're just like, why are you wasting time with this? But the one thing I do like about Trump's Twitter habit is he is a Jedi master when it comes to, one, bypassing the media and just telling you what he wants to tell you, and two, getting them to talk about him. So all this crap going on, everything going on in the world, as far as the media only talks about him. In fact, CNN has made that their business plan. Jeffrey Zucker, if you've watched any of the Project Veritas videos about this, Jeff Zucker pretty much says, nope, we're doing Trump 24/7. And that's what they do. They used to be, I used to be able to get updates on the bonfires if I go to CNN, or I get updates on, what's happening on this major thing happening in some city somewhere else. But no, you turn on CNN, it's 24-hour Donald Trump, 24/7. They might do a weather. They might stop to do some weather in parts of the country once in a while, but it's 24/7 Donald Trump. And the thing is, I don't even remember who said it. It's like, I don't care if you're telling good news about me or bad news about me, as long as you're talking about me. And that's Donald Trump gets talked about all the time. Jedi Ghostman. P-Dog, do you have a hashtag to submit stories? I got a real doozy of an FTG story. Yes, you can. If you're on Twitter, you can DM me. My DMs are open. And then also, otherwise, you can email me. I might do a hashtag something. I just haven't yet. It's I'm only in my 196th show, or 90, whatever it is. No, 195. No, 195 will be Friday. Oh, by the way, a week from Friday is my 200th show. Be there. I'll have a bunch of guests. We're going to do a whole bunch of fun stuff. DM me on Twitter if you're on Twitter. And I will check that out. Okay, so, you know what I should do? I wonder, let's check Twitter real quick. I want to check something on Twitter now that you mentioned that, because I don't know if, by the way, Tyler F. and Scarleth. Who is Scarleth? I don't know who Scarleth is. Scarleth Baby. Okay, I've never known. Oh, is this someone? Oh, this is one of those. Is that one of those Twitch hosts who just? Okay, anyway, thank you, Tyler F. and Grill and Pirate Pete, for retweeting the show out this morning. 190 show. No, I'm not at all. Now, I want to check on Twitter to see if there is a FTG hashtag already. Doesn't look like there is. You know what? Okay, there are people using FTG, but I don't know what it means on here. I could just take over the FTG hashtag. Nah, there's too many people using it for something. I don't know. I'll figure out a good hashtag. Anyway, maybe, what is it? What do you like? KL News, maybe. We'll figure it out. All right. Anyway, let's finish this one up real quick, and then we'll get a couple articles that people sent me, and then we'll move on. So anyway, this whole no, not the whistleblower. Is that where we're at? Oh, here we go. Looking for fame, man. Here we go. Back to Adam Schiff here. Schiff campaign. Okay, they raised a ton of money. Some speculating to try to challenge Kamala Harris. By way of contrast, consider that the Los Angeles area Democrat raised less than $1 million for his 2016 election. So he's already got $4 billion for his next election, which isn't until 2020. And he had $6 million for his whole campaign last time. So he's raking in the bucks. They love Adam Schiff. They want to make sure he gets reelected, even though he doesn't even get a challenger. Okay, maybe he did have a Republican poll. I don't know. Anyway, P-Dog News. That wouldn't be bad either. All right. Anyway, so Schiff isn't the only coup plotter, earning fame and fortune for his dirty anti-Trump deeds. Since being fired by President Trump in May 2017, former FBI Director James Comey has written a best-selling book and embarked on a nationwide book tour. Well, he better get it in while he can, because, you know, very could be, what the hell am I trying to say? He very could well be selling his book from behind bars. Anyway, he's appeared on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert and on The View. Comey also just landed a paid gig as a regular columnist for the Washington Post. Oh my God. Well, the Washington Post, from which CNN gets most of their Trump stories, is also all Trump all the time. Every day. I get the Washington Post, I follow Washington Post on Twitter. And they have anti-Trump headlines every day. It's like their whole goal is to write how much they hate Donald Trump. It's fascinating to watch, and I've seen this before, and I've seen a lot in my time on Earth, but damn, it's amazing. Anyway, looking for a lecture on how great James Comey is? Are you looking for a lecture about how great James Comey is? Consider hiring Jim Comey for your next think tank conference or Ivy League panel discussion for the low price of $200,000 for a Comey appearance. He's raking in bucks, man. Book now before Comey becomes even a bigger star, and that's sure to happen because Emmy Award-winning actor Jeff Daniels is set to play the man who exonerated Hillary Clinton, opened an investigation into Trump's presidential campaign, lied about it to Congress, kept a secret diary of his meetings with Donald Trump, and is now the subject of several federal investigations himself in an upcoming CBS miniseries. You know, you would think if they're going to have a miniseries about James Comey, they might want to wait until the story is complete. But no, they're going to make him into a hero. It's the hero we need of the day. Anyway, want juicy details about how to use political opposition research as the rationale to spy on a rival presidential campaign and violate the constitutional rights of an American citizen in the process? Former Deputy Attorney General Sally Yates, Comey's co-signer for the first FISA warrant on Trump campaign aide Carter Page, can now wow the crowd for $50,000 to $100,000. No doubt she can give the inside scoop about how to fabricate outlandish charges against the president's national security advisor to get him fired. By the way, that case is not going well for the people who charged him. I think I got a feeling that Flynn's going to be just free and clear here pretty soon. And who knows, maybe suing some people in the process. I wouldn't be shocked. Former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper and former CIA Director John Brennan. Don't get me started on John Brennan. Let me take a deep breath and take a sip of my reparations coffee. Hi, Pincalo. I just noticed you popped in. How you doing, buddy? All right. James Clapper and former CIA Director John Brennan are also available for a tidy sum. Clapper's six-figure fee is publicly available. Brennan varies based on the event, but one can safely assume is close to, if not higher than Clapper's. The pair authored the infamous intelligence community assessment claiming the Russians disrupted the 2016 election to help Trump and hurt Hillary Clinton. Now, you know what's funny about that infamous intelligence community assessment? Because that's the one where they say, what is that? Oh, okay. That's the one. Now, so in the Mueller report, you know, they said the Russians interfered in the election. They didn't do additional investigation into that, although they did. Well, okay, let me back up. They did do an additional investigation because remember, they went and they charged, was it 6 Russian generals for TMKL. That's a good one too. The nightly news I kind of like too. KNIGHTLY news, like the Kahlo put up there. That's a good one. I like that. Maybe we could. I might have to use that one. We'll let me think about that, and we'll start a hashtag for the show. I like nightly news. I like TMKL too, but nightly news is kind of it's catchy. That's because it's the morning night live. Anyway, okay. So they charge these 6 Russians, right? But real quick, super chat. C. Thomas for $1 on the Streamlabs link, which is in the description down below if you want to participate in the show. And also fill my little tip jar up here. See my little right up here? See that tip jar? Fill that tip jar. Anyway, C. Thomas says with $1 super chat, these people are genuine grievance scripters. Yeah, there you go. See? Shouldn't it be illegal? Maybe not. I don't know. That's kind of. I can't finish this. Let me read this first. These people are genuine grievance grifters, the filthy fucking snaky whores, and somehow Trump is the profiteer? Why the fuck do these people do the very thing they denounce Trump over? Fuck all these hypocrites. Thank you, C. Thomas. That is a very poignant and pithy statement, and thank you so much for the $1 in the Streamlabs link, which if you'd like to participate, those are right down there, guys. Right down there in the description, you can find that. Yeah, these guys, these people are, there is some big money in trashing the president, isn't there? Back to the Russians though. So this intelligent community assessment, remember the NSA did one, and I think the other one was done by the CIA, right? And, so the one said, because I read these a long time ago, and if you ever watch, there's a guy named H.A. Goodman who's on YouTube also. He's probably the expert on these things. But one of the intelligence assessments said that they were highly confident that the Russians hacked into the DNC, and the other one, which I think was the NSA's, said they were moderately confident. Highly confident and moderately confident. Now think about that. Now, not that they had 100% surety, or they had 99% accuracy, or they have this evidence and this evidence and this evidence. Because remember, their only evidence, they never looked at the servers, which granted, they did get the information from CrowdStrike, but that was a DNC contractor that gave them the information on the computers. But think about that. Highly confident, moderately confident. Here's the thing. Let's say you're getting married, okay? Let's say you're young and you're in love and you found the person of the other sex or gender, whatever they talk about these days, of your dreams, right? And you plan on getting married, and you're all Twitter pated and all that shit, and you go to your future spouse and you say, I'm so excited to get married. Darling, do you think we'll be in love forever? And your future spouse says, well, I'm highly confident that we will be. Say what? You're highly wait, we're getting married. Are we going to be in love forever? I'm highly confident. Or better yet, I'm moderately confident. Because and that's the that would be the intelligence community assessment claiming the Russians disrupted the 2016 election to help Trump and Hillary Clinton. They're highly confident. Yes, Grill and Pie repeat. Twitter pated is a Bambi reference. Or you could say, what was the show that had Urkel on it? Was that Modern? No, not Modern Family. Family Matters. That Urkel used to say Twitter pated all the time too. All right. Anyway, they not only concocted and executed the initial stages of the Russian collusion hoax, but have remained harsh critics of Trump, his administration, and Trump-supporting Republicans. Brennan has accused President Trump of committing treason. Yeah, the only reference to treason is punishable by hanging, right? Betraying the nation and giving aid and comfort to the enemy, Russia, among other crimes. Yeah, Russia, the enemy. Wasn't that the reset button that Hillary had, right? The Russian reset, and that same Russia that Obama told their foreign minister, well, we'll have much more flexibility after my election. We'll just give us some time and we'll have some more flexibility there. Prior to the release of the Mueller report, Brennan claimed that a Trump family member would be indicted. Hey, that didn't work out, now did it? What else here? Over the weekend, Brennan suggested, without evidence, that 1 million votes might have been swayed by Russian election interference. Now, that is the first time I've heard anybody attempt to quantify this so-called Russian interference. That's fascinating. Now so Brennan suggested without evidence. This is why Brennan not only is a hot commodity on the left speaking circuit, but is paid to arouse NBC and Miss Nobody Cares viewers on a regular basis as the network's Trump-hating intelligence expert. Brennan's a snake, man. I'm sorry. I just hate to say it. Clapper, I'm not so sure about, but Brennan's a snake. Clapper, meanwhile, can be found on the set of CNN. He wrote a best-selling book in 2018. Joining him on CNN's roster of coup-plotting Trump foes is Andrew McCabe, Comey's former deputy, who, during his brief stint as acting FBI director, after his boss was fired, opened up a criminal investigation into the sitting president of the United States. McCabe also wrote a best-selling book in 2018. See a pattern? McCabe's GoFundMe account raised nearly $540,000 after he was fired in 2018 for misconduct. That money now sits in McCabe's legal defense fund because he's indicted. We know it's gonna happen. Ditto for McCabe's sidekick, former FBI agent Peter Strzok, the lover of fellow coup plotter Lisa Page and hater of Trump voters, has raised $450,000 on his GoFundMe page. Wow, man. I need to be an anti-Trumper. I'm not, me, I'm fairly ambivalent about Trump, although it's Trump, socialism. Trump, that's a tough decision. Wow, 450 grand on his. Anyway, but as the coup plotters sell books, give high-priced speeches, and toil as political pundits, their victims struggle to regain their lost finances, reputations, and careers. I think Papadopoulos is one of the ones that is actually starting to do okay. And General Flynn, when they're done, I got a feeling that he'll be able to write a book, and probably, I'm sure that the right would also support these people as much as the left supporting the plotters. So I don't know. I think they'll all be okay. Not Pete. I'm not. I'm just answering Pete's question. You can all look in the chat at what his question was. What happened? Okay, so anyway, it's a lot of the people though that they've been like Carter Page. It hasn't hurt Carter Page. You know what's funny is this whole thing started with Carter Page too, and Carter Page is the one who's never been charged with anything, which is fascinating. He really must be clean because they started out with spying on him and nothing. Just amazing. Anyway, so there's people are making some big boku bucks on that stuff though. All right, I'm gonna check in. Let's check in on a couple of the articles here. Here we go. There's another one there. All right, we're gonna start with tweet heading. Okay. All right, there we go. Oh, well, stop. I want to read it. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's do this real quick. Oh. Yeah. Well, here's the one from Jedi Ghost Bear. Wow, this sucks. Here, let me get real quick to the full screen here. 9 U.S. Mexican citizens killed near U.S.-Mexico border, a family member says. Members of a Mormon community were attacked while traveling near the U.S.-Mexico border. Authorities said Tuesday 9 family members, all with dual Mexican citizenship, were killed, a relative of the victim said. Preliminary information indicates 3 vehicles traveling between the Mexican states of Sonora and Chihuahua in the region of Sierra Madre Occidental were attacked by criminal groups, according to General of the State of Chihuahua, Cesar Paniche Espedial, said in a statement Tuesday. The victims were mostly women and children, and minors were found with injuries, the statement said. The victims' family members said the incident happened when the families were moving from Bavispe, Sonora to Llanos, Chihuahua, according to Paniche Espedial. Alex LeBaron, who said he lost family members in the attack, told CNN that 3 vehicles were targeted, taking the lives of 3 women and 4 small children and 2 infants. The women and children between 14 years old and 10 months were massacred, burned alive. What the hell? Mothers were screaming for the fire to stop, he said. We are a very tight-knit community. We share everything that's happening. We've been dealing with this tragedy since early yesterday. We share all the information within our family groups. Man. So what's the deal here? The parents said 7 injured children were flown a few hours ago from Mexico to Douglas, Arizona for transport to Tucson Hospital. He said there were 2 separate attacks on the victims, he believes, by 2 different groups that were part of the same cartel. Most likely by accident, mistaken for their rivals, all shot in vehicles or driving. So they got caught into between a buffering and frame rate drop? Well, I'll be damned. Well, hopefully we'll get that fixed. Let's see. So they got caught up in a cartel war and mistaken probably for rivals here. CNN is working to confirm the nationality of those involved in the attack and has reached out to the U.S. the State Department. So sad, man. You couldn't get me to travel outside of the resort cities in Mexico right now, especially in the northern, near the borders. Holy crap. If it's the same LDS church that was abusing children and smuggling guns. I don't know. I've never heard of that, but if that's it, that's, that'd be playing stupid games. But still, that's not good. All right, and then let's see, who else? Someone else sent me something here real quick. Let me see what we got. It's from Dr. No. Where's my damn messages? There we go. Dr. No sent me a couple of ones. Oh, yeah, I hadn't seen this yet. When did this happen? Published November. Wait a minute, what? Last update January 10th. This is an old one. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg was hospitalized Thursday after fracturing 3 ribs. I don't think this is current. This is from... Yeah, it says the last update was January 10th. So this is a year ago. So this is... Actually, no, this is an old one. But you gave me and sent me another one here. Maybe I just... That's an old one. Oh, and then Microsoft... Let's try this one. Maybe this is one you meant me to read. Oh, this is interesting. Microsoft tried a 4-day work week in Japan. Productivity jumped 40%. Now, let's just remember. There's a different culture in Japan as there is in the United States, but it's possible. Let's see here. A growing number of smaller companies are adopting a 4-day work week. Now the results of a recent trial at Microsoft suggest it could work even for the biggest businesses. The company introduced a program this summer in Japan called the Work-Life Choice Challenge, which shut down its offices every Friday in August and gave all employees an extra day off each week. The results were promising. While the amount of time spent at work was cut dramatically, productivity measured by sales per employee went up almost 40% compared to the same period of the previous year, the company said in a statement last week. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so it looks like your frame rate drops when you open a page with video. Oh, and then it goes back to normal when you make the video pause. Okay, yeah. I probably should get a graphics card for this computer. It does not have one. We're just running this all through RAM, and I gotta chat with my son about that because he's the one who built this. He didn't build it for this kind of usage, and so that may be my solution too. So anyway, in addition to reducing working hours, managers urge staff to cut down on the time they spend in meetings and responding to emails. They suggested, well, there's your productivity right there, because meetings and emails are not productive. Anyway, they suggested that meetings should last no longer than 30 minutes. Employees were also encouraged to cut down on meetings altogether by using an online messaging app, Microsoft's, of course. The effects were widespread. More than 90% of Microsoft's 2,280 employees in Japan later said they were impacted by the new measures, according to the company. Shutting down earlier each week, the company was also able to save on other resources such as electricity. The initiative is timely. Japan has long grappled with a grim and in some cases fatal culture of overwork. The problem is so severe, the country has even coined a term for it, karoshi, which means death by overwork from stress-induced illnesses and severe depression. The issue attracted international attention in 2015 when an employee at a Japanese advertising giant Dentsu died by suicide on Christmas Day. Tokyo officials later said that the staffer had worked excessive amounts of overtime. 2 years later, a reporter at a Japanese broadcaster died after working punishing long hours. Her employer said she had clocked at 159 hours of overtime the month before her death. Holy shit. David McDowell, I built this computer on motion and tissue box. Hey. That's a little bit too much information. By the way, welcome, David McDowell. It's probably the first time. I think it's the first time I've seen you in my stream. I'm glad you're here. Let's see. That led to businesses to start searching for solutions. Some companies have begun offering employees more flexibility, and the government has launched a campaign called Premium Friday, which encourages workers to leave early every last Friday of the month. Microsoft, for its part, says it will conduct another experiment in Japan later this year. It plans to ask employees to come up with new measures to improve work-life balance and efficiency, and will also ask other companies to join the initiative. Yeah, I got a feeling there's a little bit of a different type of culture in Japan than there is here. I don't know if that would work or not. Why gather for an hour or so for something that could be resolved with a 15-minute video conference? Oh, I agree. And in fact, you know what? So we were talking about this. Was this yesterday or this Friday? When we were talking about the people going to these climate conferences all over the world. When they're, when they get, 200-300 private jets flying in for a climate conference featuring Leonardo DiCaprio, and they're preaching cutting down your carbon emissions. Why not have your climate conference? Shudder the thought. On a video conference, then no one would have to fly anywhere. They'd probably cut down on a lot of CO2 going into the atmosphere. Silly people. All right, let's go. Let me check any more other headlines I want to do here, because really we're already pretty far. Oh, I thought this was brilliant. So you know how Hey P-Dog, always listen to you when I'm painting. Great show. Well, thank you so much, David McDowell, and welcome to the show again. So I was thinking about this the other day, how the media treats Donald Trump, and me, Mr. Ambivalent. I think the things he's doing are working. Not a fan of his style, but you know what? Again, I didn't vote for him in 2016, but that could very well change in 2020 because Trump, socialism, Anyway, this is a great little video that I thought is, let's see if we'll try to make this more, there we go. This is a neat little video of how the media, if Trump were a Democrat, this is let's see, I think Donald Trump Jr. tweeted this out. If Trump were a Democrat,
some people are calling your best week ever last week.
That's if Donald Trump were a Democrat. All right, and let me turn this up. That's up there. Hopefully you'll be able to hear this. If Trump were a Democrat. Full screen there we go. And here we go.
I wanted to ask you about what some people are calling your best week ever last week.
That smile, that cute smile, we all love him. That wonderful boy smile of his he just gave us there after he made his little crack about the holiday spirit. I haven't seen that in months.
He had a way of speaking inspirationally, but also really seriously laying out the stake.
What is your favorite musical genre?
Anything Trump.
Seeing him is it's like a Jesus Christ superstar, seeing this guy in front of people. He's got that celebrity aura about him, and in that moment, he was owning that.
You can see it in the crowd. The thrill, the hope, how they surge toward him. You're looking at an American political phenomenon.
I love that guy. I love him. I love him.
I've been observing. Your dog looks like he's out of control.
You have to get over it.
It is probably the single most iconic piece of political campaign imagery in the last generation.
I want to personally thank him for changing my life.
During his first 100 days, what has surprised you the most about this office?
Do y'all remember when that dude asked that question? That was so embarrassing. I'm like, can I really? Excuse me, you missed my taint when you were licking my nads. Jesus Christ.
Enchanted you the most about serving in this office, humbled you the most.
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Yeah, anyway. So that's a video by Power Tie. I don't know who that is, but I thought it was pretty funny. And apropos, but I'm sorry, but he beat the Chosen One. And so if you beat the Chosen One, you have to pay the price. Anyway, thank you, G Prime, also for tweeting out the show this morning. I appreciate that. All right, it's about time for Twitter trends. I don't know where my phone is. The alarm should have gone off by now, but that's okay, because I remembered on my own that we got to do Twitter trends. So every day, if you're new here, we do the daily Twitter trends on Twitter and just figure out what people are going to be talking about for the rest of the day and figure out what videos you'll probably be watching from your favorite YouTube creators tomorrow. So here we go. Let's get into, let me do a couple clicks here and we will get into today's Twitter trends. Now, just like oh wait, there is a different one at the top. Usually this time of the day, you get a day Twitter trend. So if it's Monday thoughts, Monday motivation, Monday this, Monday that. Today's Tuesday, so we get Tuesday thoughts, Tuesday motivation, Tuesday blah, 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 blah. But today, number one, did you know that today is Election Day. Election Day is trending 101. Now, depending on where you are in the country, this election day today could be very, very important, or it could be just kind of, well, okay, let me rephrase that. Every election day is very, very important. As I mentioned yesterday when we were talking about this, election day, even if it's just for your local school board, you know, the people who affect you most, the politicians, the people you vote for who affect you most are the ones closest to where you live. So, you know, local politics, sometimes that is the best place to have the most impact on your life. Trump really hasn't affected my life that much as a president. Obama didn't affect my life that much as president. Bush and whatnot. Yes, in big, in big general ways they did, but really, this local school board, when my kids are going to a school, I kind of want to know who's on the school board, right? And same with your mayor, your local governors. And that's the way it's supposed to be. The federal government shouldn't have a whole huge impact on your life. Your local government should, or at least, have our impact. So today, anyway, let's see what's trending with election. And I know Virginia, there's a lot of things happening. Virginia has a lot, like their whole state office is up for re-election right now. All their state offices. Anyway, at the top of the trend, though, I don't know why he's up there, because there's no election day on here. Decreasingly important second-tier candidate reminds the 90% of the country that hates her to support the other side. Oh, I see. So Kamala Harris tweeted this for Election Day. It's Election Day in Virginia, Kentucky, New Jersey, Mississippi, and in cities across our nation. Economic justice, healthcare justice, education justice, reproductive justice, and justice for our children are all on the ballot. I get so tired of them putting the word justice behind every word to make it really mean like means like justice means anything. What the F does healthcare justice mean? Education justice. Shut the hell up, woman. Stick sex. The NFL Alex Jones, free speech. Okay, I don't know what that's about. Yeah, so anyway, Styx says decreasingly important. Oh, okay, well it's gone now. Anyway, so if you're someplace where you need to vote, go vote. We've got school board. All I have are school board members up for the vote, and they're all incumbent in my district. So that's the only reason I'm not going to vote today, because they're all going to be the same no matter what I do. So I'm going to stay home. Election Day, U.S. Senate hopeful Chesterfield Southers is a real piece of work. This horse meat tycoon is doing what he can for America. Watch now. We're not going to watch Chesterfield Southers. Anyway, let's move on. Tuesday Thoughts is number 2 on the Twitter Trends Day. Let's see what we'll do. A couple Tuesday Thoughts as opposed to Tuesday Thoughts. Liberty Nation says the American people are being played, and the masters of this game seek to keep their unwitting players captured in a nightmarish scenario of boredom and Kafkaesque pointlessness, according to Mark Angelatis, whatever. And that's in reference to McKinley says impeachment testimony, a busted flush. Okay, that's from Liberty Nation. You know what? I'm just gonna click that article. I'm not gonna read it. I'm gonna let y'all, if you want to see it, poof, there it is from Liberty Nation. I'm gonna save that for later, but we're not gonna spend time on it now. All right, what else? Let's see if we can find another Tuesday thought here. Senate Republican Rand Paul is a leader in the grand old Putin party. Oh, that's clever. That's clever. His former advisor, Dmitry Simis, is living in exile in Moscow after helping Marina Butina from his think tank. I agree with Funder. He should resign. This is illegal? What? Oh. See, Rand Paul said that the people in the media should divulge the name of the whistleblower, the so-called whistleblower that everyone already knows his name, right? And so there's a lot of people up in arms because he mentioned that. Now Rand Paul claims he knows the identity, but he didn't reveal it. And so some people are saying, oh, well, that's illegal to divulge the name of a whistleblower. Well, no, it's not illegal. But, you know, you don't really necessarily want to put whistleblowers in jeopardy. But in general, I'm saying. But no, it's not illegal. Whatever. Let's see. Here we go. Good morning, Twitter world, from the sheep of Glastonbury. Okay, that's going to be our number one Thursday thought of the day. Hello, sheep. All right, moving on. This is getting boring. Vote on November 5th because it's election day. Okay. Tuesday motivation is number 4, and I don't. If that's on the top. Okay. It's a bit of a wet, dark start to the day. But here is a beautiful autumn sunrise to lift the darkness. This made me stop in my tracks to soak it in. Nothing lifts the soul on these dreary mornings like nature. Happy Tuesday. That is a lovely lake scene, and they still have leaves wherever this person lives. Good for them. Dr. Amir Khan, general practitioner. Thank you for the beautiful, beautiful scene. All right, moving on. John Collins. Who is John Collins? Let's find out why John Collins is trending. Oh, a 25-game suspension for John Collins will cost $610,582. This is the third player, Wilson Chandler and DeAndre Ayton, who has been suspended 25 games for violating the anti-drug policy, unprecedented right now. So apparently, he got caught with some drugs, and he's suspended for 25 games. All right, so John Collins is not going to be happy. It's cost him over $600,000 for violating the NBA drug policy. All right, moving on. We don't need to talk about that anymore. Go vote 5th of November. These are, well, no. Hang on. 5th of November isn't a Guy Fawkes thing? This is from V for Vendetta. Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I know no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Okay, apparently that's a significant date in the movie V for Vendetta, which I have never seen, but so people are on the Guy Fawkes kick today. Yippee. All right, moving on. What else we got? Go vote. We're skipping that. Rand Paul, again, here's the Rand Paul story. People are kind of pissed. Rand Paul in 2016 acknowledged Russian interference in the U.S. election to help Donald Trump, but thought it naive and partisan hysteria for Americans to object to Russian interference. Oh, this is so this is a Washington Post article. So Newsweek and the Washington Post have hit pieces on Rand Paul today, because it's mainly because he was speaking at the Trump rally in Kentucky yesterday, and the media likely said so. They decided to put out some hit pieces to him this morning. Rand Paul coming close to outing the whistleblower at this Trump rally, deeply irresponsible. Everyone knows who the freaking. Oh my god. Okay, here's your assignment today, people. And it won't take you long. Look up the name of the whistleblower that they're talking about. I guarantee you'll find it in 10 minutes or less just with a simple Google search, because his name's already out there. I'm not going to say it, but you know what? I know you can find it. Moving on, Emma Watson is trending. Oh, God, what? Emma Watson, the actress, has said she prefers to call herself self-partnered rather than single. as she approaches her 30th birthday. We are reading this one. And I don't want to make, I shouldn't make fun of people, but the redefinition of everything in our social life is just driving me batty, man. Emma Watson says she's self-partnered, not single. Watson, 29, who rose to fame as Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter films, coined the phrase in an interview in British Vogue, in which she discussed the pressures of turning 30. The actor and activist, every fucking actor is an activist. The actor and activist, whose birthday is in April, said she initially did not understand the fuss that surrounded the milestone. More recently, however, she admitted to feeling stressed and anxious about her upcoming birthday. It's because she's not getting any. She told British Vogue, if you haven't not built a home, if you do not have a husband, if you do not have a baby, and you're turning 30, you're not in some incredibly secure, stable place in your career, and you're still figuring things out. There's just this incredible amount of anxiety. Speaking of how she had never believed the I'm happy single spiel, she added, it took me a long time, but I'm very happy being single. I call it being self-partnered. So she's, you know what, here's the thing. If she's content being single or whatever she wants to call it, good for her. Hope you're in a happy place. But man, I'm self-partnered. Well, maybe they'll give you a new type of marriage license where you can marry yourself. The new phrase is reminiscent of actor Gwyneth Paltrow's use of the term conscious uncoupling to describe her divorce proceedings from Coldplay singer Chris Martin in 2014. Conscious uncoupling. That's lovely. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my. Yeah, no one wants to date crazy. Shot yet. I can't. Conscious uncoupling. Okay, I'm done with this. Moving on. That's Emma Watson getting dragged. Oh, everyone's. Okay, I want to read some of the replies to this. Oh, Emma Watson's full quote is perfectly fine. Okay, so yeah, and actually it is. I mean, it's just she's saying she's fine being single, even though she calls it whatever she calls it. Thanks to Emma Watson, the term self-partnered will now be overused on Twitter. Hell yeah, it will. Let's see, anyone else? That Emma Watson is that uncle who's been unemployed for so long. They say they're self-employed, but everyone in the family knows what's really going on. Yup. Emma Watson says she's self-partnered rather than single. Okay, that's just the word. The world is really mental. No wonder there's a backlash against PC craziness. Yeah, I don't know if that's all PC, but it's just kind of funny. But Becky here. Becky, I'm self-partnered. Thank you, Emma Watson. I can't do any more of this. Moving on. Let's see. Yonya is trending. And I'm guessing that's some K-pop shit. No! Click. No K-pop. Sorry. Good morning. Hey, Six. How you doing, my brother? I haven't seen you around a while. I'm so happy you're here. Guy Fawkes is trending because it's November 5th. We've already talked about that. Casual reminder that Guy Fawkes was a papist agent who wanted to blow up the Houses of Parliament to bring England back under the Vatican control so your whole V for Vendetta shtick is technically promoting centralized Catholicism. Huh, that's an interesting take. Neon Taster, who is someone I've followed for a long time. The signature of Guy Fawkes before and after torture. Was Guy Fawkes drawn and quartered when he was... Okay, anyway. So, if you want to read up on Guy Fawkes, this is a good day to do it because it is November 5th. Did you see the cat in the field? Do you see the cat? What field? Did I miss something? Anyway. Keanu Reeves is trending. Uh-oh. Keanu Reeves appears to confirm relationship with artist Alexandra Grant. Okay. Go ahead, Keno. He's off the market. Uh-oh. All right. I don't care. Oh, I know. Ladies, you thought you had a chance. Vote today is trending number 14. Tuesday morning, 15, excuse me. Vote blue. Oh, vote blue. Or not. National. Oh, now. Here, V Vendetta. Oh, Epstein cover. By the way. Well, I'll tell you in a minute, because I'm going to finish with my own little... Well, I'll tell you in a second. It's National Donut Day, people. I am ecstatic. I may have to go have a donut today. Look at those beautiful, beautiful freaking donuts. Oh. Kiss a baker today. Well, not kiss a baker. Just eat a donut. Uh-oh. When you see someone cut a donut in half, this dude don't look too happy. Today's National Donut Day. You're welcome. As much as I love donuts, how do I miss it when it's National Donuts Day every year? I'm already at work, and I ain't a dang done donut in sight. I wonder if anyone's having any specials for National Donut Day. Hey, Marsupial Gamer, nice to see you. Glad you're here. Straight Sith Mail. I don't know if I said hi to you yet. All right, y'all are here. So, oh, dude, look at that. That's a donut right there. That's a Jesus Christ. Oh, anyway, so it's National Donut Day, people. Fall leaves, beautiful. Horses, and National Donut Day. Woo! All right. Eat a baker's donut. Mr. Dax, good morning, and I don't know what you mean by that. And did she marry her dildo? Oh, Dax, I didn't even see you pop in, and now I'm reading all the stuff you were going. Oh my God. Okay. Eat a baker's donut. I'm not. Me strutting into the donut shop, comfortable with all the police donut jokes y'all are about to whisper to each other. Speaking of Leonardo DiCaprio, that would be him right there. All right, moving on. So number 18 is V for Vendetta, because everyone's excited about that November 5th. But here's the one that I really, this is a story that's very important to me that I gotta remind you of here. So I just gotta remind you here. In my many years of following politics and political experience, there are times when we need to come together as a nation, understanding our common bond as Americans, and remember our unique place in the world. It is in these challenging times that the left and the right must come together, because we all can agree Epstein didn't kill himself. Yes. Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. The Clan of the Field. Okay, we'll get to that one. Sheograth, thank you so much. That's a funny one too. We'll end with that. Yeah. So trending number 19 on Twitter today which is the only one up to 19 today, is Epstein cover-up. Now, interesting. I kind of want to see what we got here. Oh, this is a good one too. Credit goes to a friend of a friend, Dave Testa, but too fantastic not to share. This is a good one. I don't know if you've seen this one. The Epstein cover-up there. says Epstein didn't kill himself. This Epstein didn't kill himself. It's the new Rickroll. I'm just telling you. I'm predicting it right now. Epstein didn't kill himself is becoming the new Rickroll. We're going to see this over and over and over. I've been seeing all kinds of things. Back in Love Again. Oh, who's Back in Love Again? When I win, when I lose, when our love comes in. That song right there, is that what you're talking about, Six? When I turn myself around, back in love again. Yeah, kind of. Okay, so anyway, suicide watch removed, cellmate moved away, 2 surveillance cameras disabled, 2 prison guards asleep, 4 broken neck bones, strangulation marks on the neck, clear case of suicide. The biggest benefit. Oh, now, this is hilarious. The biggest beneficiary of Epstein cover-up is Donald Trump. Take your asinine conspiracy theories there, you right-wing nuts. Who had him in custody? DOJ controls federal prisons. Who visited him in jail? William Barr. Hey, hold up now. You're right. The DOJ controls federal prisons. Epstein wasn't in a federal prison. Is that correct? Yeah, Jeffrey Osborne, right. Jeffrey Osborne didn't kill himself. Thank you, Jeffrey Osborne. That's who that's by. Or LTD. Yeah, all right. He wasn't in a federal prison, was he? Wasn't he in like Rikers or something like that? He wasn't in a federal prison. But how is Trump's the biggest beneficiary of the Epstein cover-up? No, he's not. The biggest beneficiaries of the Epstein cover-up are Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, the people who spent time on Epstein's little island, right? His little special island, right? Donald Trump denounced Jeffrey Epstein and cut him off years ago. Okay, so just, and a partridge. I was thinking the same thing, Sheograph. And a partridge in a pear tree. If y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Please tell me the Epstein cover-up is more than one news anchor saying something. What else here? According to Twitter, the Epstein cover-up is what we've been spelling. Is that we've been spelling his name wrong all along. Oh, because they have it spelled wrong on the hashtag. It's crazy how Twitter is manipulating the Epstein cover-up hashtag from trending higher. Jack? Jack? What you doing, Jack? How is this not on every single news channel right now? Epstein cover-up. Epstein didn't kill himself. Let's see what this young lady's saying here.
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had hurtful allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways.
Is the Veritas thing out?
We were so afraid we wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will that also quashed the story. And then Alan Dershowitz was also implicated in it because of the planes. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton. We had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail, and now it's all coming out, and it's like these new revelations, and I freaking had all of it. I'm so pissed right now. Like, every day I get more and more pissed because I'm just like, oh my God, what we had was unreal. Other women backing it up. Hey, yep. Brad Edwards, the attorney, 3 years ago, saying there will come a day when we will realize Jeffrey Epstein was the most prolific pedophile this country has ever known. And I had it all 3 years ago.
Okay, so that's from Veritas. Let's see what else they got. Okay, so here's James O'Keefe's tweet about it. Breaking: ABC News anchor, what's her name? Amy Robach, caught on a hot mic in August, disgustedly exposing network's decision and to strategically spike bombshell investigation into Jeffrey Epstein over 3 years ago. She says what she had was unbelievable. Let's listen. We're gonna watch this one more time. It's only a minute, and then we're gonna get out of here. It's a minute 24. So listen to this again.
For 3 years, I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. We were so afraid we wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will that also quashed the story. And then Alan Dershowitz was also implicated in it because of the planes. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton. We had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail, and now it's all coming out, and it's like these new revelations, and I freaking had all of it. I'm so pissed right now. Like, every day I get more and more pissed because I'm just like, oh my God, what we had was unreal. Other women backing it up. Hey, yep. Wow. Brad Edwards, the attorney, 3 years ago, saying there will come a day where we will realize Jeffrey Epstein was the most prolific pedophile this country has ever known. And I had it all 3 years ago.
So, yeah, I remember O'Keefe said yesterday that he was going to put this out.
I've had the story for 3 years.
And that, interesting. So now let's see. Wow, 3 thoughts. ABC should shut its doors and put a close sign out front. 3 years ago, HRC was running for president, and I bet that had something to do with burying the story. Number 3, Project Veritas is amazing. I don't know if I want to be Amy Robach right now. I don't know if I want to be James O'Keefe right now. I don't want to be the person who leaked this video, because this was on a hot mic, right? This was not on a show. Somebody at that network snuck this tape out of the building. And, are there going to be some questions? Good God. Oh boy. Dies the same way Epstein did. Let's see. I'm forwarding this because I, as a writer, honest, relate to her anger and frustration. How horrible to know this horrible story and have to be silent to cover the royal wedding. Oh, that's right. They do what their bosses say. Now, I still chuckle that everyone wants to try and tie this to Donald Trump. Anyone who's leaning towards one political party over another in his death is falling for the true deep state's plan, which is to keep you distracted from all of Jeffrey Epstein's associates who were around him before and after his first conviction. Trump kicked him out of his properties, and it's well documented that Trump was the person in the first trial of Jeffrey Epstein, was the only one who was cooperating and giving evidence to the state of Florida. Now, the state of Florida somehow fucked it up and let him go. But, so it's oh my goodness. This is gonna get, wow. All right. And on that note, guys, we got to get out of here. Thank you so much for all of you who've been here today. It's been a nice full house. Lots of people chatting in the chat, and hope you enjoyed the pieces of news we brought to you today. But it's that time. I'm so glad we had this time together, but I've got skip frames all over the place. 41 minutes ago. Okay, this must have worked okay. Anyway, folks, it's time for me to go. We are here, for those of you who aren't around as much as the others, I'm here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 2 p.m. GMT. I know it's a weird time for most people, but it's great to have a bunch of you here today. And don't forget, before you leave, if you haven't done so already on the way out, click the like button. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe, hit that little bell before you go. Make sure you get notifications. And if you can share the video out if you're watching this after the fact or whatever. And also, donations and super chats are done through the Streamlabs link in the description down below. that's it for today. Don't forget that good thank you reminded me, Pete. Don't forget if you're the blind press is on in 20 minutes. I usually throw a link out for that, and I'm going to do that right now if I can find it here. Thanks again also Ebony Williams for subscribing. Thank you C Thomas for the super chat through the Streamlabs link. Oh, BP's preview's not up here yet. Okay, so all right, well, we'll figure that one out another time. Anyway, so hey, thank you so much again. My name is P-Dog Knight, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, this is P-Dog Knight, and thank you for watching today on the P-Dog Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P-Dog Knight, and I'm out of here.